I said, I'll bring you the tape so you can hear it. I drove to Charlottesville and stayed with Cup for 2 days, and when I left, we had figured it out. We set a time in late fall to shoot the video of the song. All we needed now was a strawberry roan horse, guns, truck, and horse vans, and Debbie went to work finding the right horse. I kept singing on the road. Dave Cupp started making ideas about what type of visual scene should match up with the lyrics of the song. I wanted a literal translation, not some artsy fartsy creative vision that had nothing to do with the song. The storyline of the song had to be followed. The closer we got to the date of shooting, the more I was scared we'd never pull this off. Now we needed saddles, we needed guns, ropes, old-time chaps. You name it, we needed it. Cup knew the head of the drama department at Charlottesville, and he gave us permission to look through the costume department for authentic cowboy gear. Then came the problem that almost stopped everything. The TV station owned 2 new cameras, and we had 2 cameramen that said they were in. The trick was how we could get the cameras out of the building to shoot with. No way was the station going to allow us to haul the NBC-owned expensive equipment into George Washington National Forest with no insurance against damage. There was only one thing to do: borrow it. If we stole the equipment on Friday night after the news and brought it back by Sunday night, no one would be the wiser. Oh shit, yahoo, amen. We all agreed we could do it. Next, the issue of the strawberry roan horse had become a critical thing to be solved. Debbie could not find the right colored horse. There was a pickup pony on Pimlico Racetrack, but no way was anyone going to loan us an expensive quarter horse. Debbie's mom, Sandy, had a white horse that lived in the field behind the house. But if what we could do was dye him the right color. Well, we decided to try that. Sandy was gone one day to work, and Debbie and I got all the hair coloring stuff, went out to dye her mom's horse. Well, as luck would have it, Sandy now owned the prettiest green horse ever seen by mankind. The horse was partially green when he died a year later. Sandy forgave us eventually, but for now, we decided to borrow the horse from Pimlico. As you might expect, the week of the shoot was crazy. Debbie finally told me to go sing. I had a show to do in Richmond on Friday night. The plan was to get the horse from Pimlico on Friday night and return it on Sunday night. We would do the same thing with the news cameras and the cameramen. The horse would not be used the whole weekend, and the news cameras wouldn't either. Saturday morning would be the day to meet up in one spot and go to the National Forest for 2 days of shooting. We were going to meet at the Charlottesville Shopping Plaza at 8 o'clock, have breakfast at Denny's, and go. Dave Cupp and I were there first. We talked about the visual aspect versus the music aspect and agreed on both of our ideas. The 2 cameramen showed up second. One of the guys was going to be in the video as a gunman, so we had his costume. Cupp was in it also as a Pinkerton man, so we had his costume. Our 2 camera guys had to get into the station and borrow the cameras. All went well. I was getting very excited. We were all ready to go, but there was no Debbie and the horse yet. They were an hour late now. Oh, God, what if they couldn't get the horse for some reason? What if they got caught? What if the horse trailer broke down? We were all out in the parking lot. Cupp was trying to calm me down, and here she came, truck and trailer. They pulled up and got out and told us they had had a flat on the trailer and the horse was fine. Debbie said, "John, go in the restaurant and get some donuts." And I said, "Why?" She said, "This is a racehorse, a racetrack pickup pony, and he's addicted to donuts. They will calm him down. Get enough for the whole day. It will take his mind off all these new things. He's never seen anything but the racetrack his whole life, and he's quite skittish right now." I thought, oh shit, I've got to ride him all day. Now, folks, I'm not an everyday horseman or a cowboy. I'm the guy who rode my grandpa's old gray mare as a child from the barn to the well and back all day for 2 weeks every summer. Now I've been told that I'm going to be on a skittish racetrack horse for 2 days. I have a vivid imagination, if you haven't noticed by now. You can imagine the scenes my mind is running now. I got donuts for 6 horses and 10 people. This horse would be an insulin diabetic by Monday. We caravaned to George Washington National Forest, 50 miles or so, and when we got there it was snowing. I figured no way would they take a chance on these cameras getting wet, but Cup and the boys said, "Hell, Mountain John, get that horse unloaded. We're news cameramen. This is perfect. The snow will make it even better." They were right. When we unloaded the horse and he saw his first tree and forest and rocks and cameras and river, he went nuts. Debbie gave him a shot of something to calm him down, and I gave him 6 donuts. We got him saddled and put the saddlebags and bedroll on him, and he looked great. Cup got the cameras together, and the first shot would be his feet running through a mud hole. I walked him over some distance from the mud hole. I got on him, and the cameras were rolling, and he would not move. His ears were laying out sideways from his head, and Cup said his eyes were crossed. He was stoned. Oh, shit. Yahoo. Amen. Well, Debbie went to work walking him to wake him up, and I laughed my ass off. My wild racehorse was too stoned to walk, much less run away with me. I was relieved, and Cup was worried, and we wanted some shots of me galloping across the meadow. Not far, but as it appeared my horse wouldn't be able to do that until late afternoon. I was all right, though. It was all right, because there was plenty to shoot without the horse. Well, all went well. We shot for 2 days, about 30 hours of footage for a 4.5-minute song. We got the cameras back to the station with no problems, and Debbie got the horse back to Pimlico with no problems. And now the big work was going to be editing that much film to the song. As luck would have it, NBC decided to update the editing room in all the small stations that winter and sent a crew and new equipment to Charlottesville. It was going to take 2 weeks for all this fancy digital equipment to be up and running. Well, Cup was working on a project late one night when no one from the station was around, and one of the NBC equipment guys asked him what he was working on, and he told the guy, and this man said, "Hell, Dave, I can help you with that. That's what I do in New York. Glory be, we not only had an editor, we now had digital equipment. And it was not going to cost us a thing." Cup called Debbie and I, and we were very excited. Everything was going like clockwork. I had not given one thought as to how we would ever get the video on TV, but it was going to be a professionally edited music video. I had an old friend in Raleigh, North Carolina, who had his own booking agency, and now they were branching out in more than just the booking world. I knew this and gave Danny a call. Danny Russo. He got on the phone, and I said, "Okay, Dan, it's Mountain John." I told him about the album and the video and asked him if he knew what I could do to get it on Nashville Network. He said, "Get me a copy of it."